Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Geist. And today we're going to be just continuing on making our way through the facility and seeing what's the cause of all this hubbubaloo. Why we got turned into a ghost and why this company is doing all this weird shit.
But sir, his
How are you
body
doing
is under
today, Gouke?
separation. If I don't administer the counteragent soon, he'll die. Now I could
Well, I'm
stabilize
doing
his
that.
condition if
I'm
you'll
doing
just let me go
now.
ahead.
Very fine. Whoa!
Yeah.
Did he just push?
Yeah, he just backhanded her because she was like, "Hey, this man is going to die if I don't give him the, the counter agent." And he's like, "Yeah, fuck that noise. He's useless because I told my men to completely destroy the lab." But, out of curiosity, that woman, what would you rate her at? Because she's like the closest that this game has to like I guess a female like lead or a love interest, I guess maybe.
I didn't get quite a good glimpse at her.
Okay, we'll get a
I was
better
fo-
glimpse of her in a bit. So,
I was focused on my breakfast.
come on, man. Everybody knows titties are more important than food.
More important than food. More important than water. Although I don't think it would, his strategy would work very well outside of prison. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever tried? Have you ever gotten to a girl and said, "I like, we can do it the hard way or the easy way," and it worked out?
For those wondering, because I guess Gouke forgot that he mentioned this off of our recording.
No, I didn't. You brought it up. I'm just taking. I'm just.
I didn't mention anything about the booty warrior.
You did. You did. Like, you did. Guys, brought it up in. What's the word? Tangentially, for lack of a better word. Go on.
I said that. What would you rate that woman as? As like a on her looks, and you're like, hey. Speaking of which, the booty man from fucking the Boondocks. And that was a conversation that we had before I hit record. So now no one knows until I had to explain it.
Well, I think anyone watching this probably seen some reference to the Booty Warrior before, so they're probably gonna know what you meant. Like, because this started when you mentioned like that boobs are more important than food.
Oh, that's how you got to that point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, up the manhole we go, and back into this guy's butt. I mean, the way that they kind of contort, it looks like you're shoving something up their ass really hard. Let's see what he was looking at. There we go. Perfect.
I do find it hilarious that you said up the manhole and up in this man's butt.
Yeah.
So works. I find it so hilarious that they decided that they really went with manhole for a name. Go. She has those specially placed anime censorship.
Yeah, the specially made anime like soap.
Stupid showerhead.
And for this one, we gotta make sure that her towel gets wet.
What the?
Because everyone knows you can't have a shower with wet towels. That's just weird.
I'm out of here.
She doesn't seem all that phased.
Yeah, but apparently she's phased enough that she went to mildly concerned.
Can you shatter the glass?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ah!
Oh no, it's me after I turned 40.
The wall comes from for everybody, woman!
I do wonder what this weird, the
The
counter agent
I
is.
can stabilize this condition if you'll just let me go ahead.
And what exactly was prepped in order for a guy to be put into the ghost machine.
Ghost juice.
Obviously. Also, you'd think there'd be like more of that counter agent around instead of it just being, I guess, looking and put into like a cabinet or something.
Yes?
What's wrong
I
with
just
you?
find I just wonder why, like, she's the only one that is she the only one he gets that memory flashback from?
You get memory flashbacks from certain people, but yeah,
That's right.
Yep, there is a Samus helmet, and then there is a GameCube,
Nice.
and this is the only level that has those Easter eggs. Sadly,
So people in this facility have good taste for gaming.
presumably. And apparently we left her clothes in a completely different area. And right now we can't go next to any men. Because she's scared that they'll see us naked. Or naked-ish, I guess. Oh, there's that body. And for whatever reason, she put her clothes all the way out here. I don't know why. When there's perfectly satisfactory lockers right there.
That doesn't make much sense.
But right now we have to look for a weapon because now there is an outbreak of head crabs. Or head crab looking things. That are just going around killing everything. And the weapon that we find is quite something. I'm actually kind of surprised that it does work.
I'm more concerned with the fact that room is on fire. And nobody seems
Don't
to
worry
care.
about it, it's fine. Here we are. We found a weapon. Apparently this actually works.
What the hell?
Yeah, you just spray the fire extinguisher on the head crabs and then they explode. So, I know that we've seen the cover of the new Dungeons & Dragons edition that's coming out, and for those who haven't seen it, it's fucking awful. But, have you seen what the dragons have been redesigned to look like?
No. I remember the video discussing that the dragon on the cover was like a gold dragon, and they're supposed to be more reminiscent of Chinese dragons.
Well, they were like that in 5th edition, so like they had like the long whiskers and stuff.
Still, like the proportions look really wonky on that image, as do many other things.
Yeah. No, apparently what the dragons, what they look like now. Apparently they are a lot fatter looking. They oh, and here's an interesting way on how we get the number pad. So we make it seem like it's all screwed up, and the guy is like, "What the fuck?" So he puts in the right code, and now we technically don't know the code as the character, but we have to input it in from what we saw as a ghost. But since it was backwards, we have to input it in backwards. So that's like an example of like a pretty clever puzzle, you know?
Ma'am?
Or at least I think so. And since we inputted the code as this character, every time that we have to input that code or use that keypad, it just does it automatically, so we don't have to actually write it down and memorize it. But anyway, the dragons. They're now these big, fat, beefy things. They have huge forearms with tiny little feet that someone mentioned that they look like cats kind of thing. Like little cat feet.
Is there an explanation for these creatures?
No. So... Like, I know that their focus was on the ghost shit, but I don't know how these weird things kind of involve with it, outside of maybe they're like demons, and because the ghosts that we're summoning are demons. I don't know. Like, this is me really stretching it. But anyway, also the dragon tails are vertical, like a fish tail, rather than a like a long cylindrical, like a lizard tail. And the tails are super fucking long. Like, we're talking, if you cut off their tail and then measured it up to their, like, from their nose to the rest of their body, there's like an extra 25% tail length compared to the rest of their body. Like, it's massive. And I'm not sure if they changed anything about the head, but I wouldn't be surprised. And what's interesting is that in this thing here, we can possess all of the bodies simply because I think they're knocked out. But I think I'm trying to remember how this puzzle worked. I think you have to scare the doctor into coming over because he thinks they flatlined, and then you use the one to sort of jump the guy or something like that, or have him go spaz out.
Ever seen that episode of Justice League? Yeah, that old Justice League cartoon from the early 2000s. There's a scene where Flash makes his heart beat so fast that it looked like it flatlined.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They were. I saw that clip. It was him and Batman were trapped in an alternate universe where the Justice League sort of became authoritarian dictators of that planet. Yeah, that was a pretty good scene where he was like, Batman was like, "How did you know that would work?" And he was like, "I didn't. I just tried it."
And then he starts pressing the button and like Batman just says, "What are you doing?" I'm trying all combinations. I'm trying every combination possible.
I mean, he has
And it's just him.
he has the finger speed to do it, so it makes sense.
Yeah. It is pretty fun. It is pretty funny. I don't think I got to watch that season. I just seen scenes on YouTube. But I think that was a season that was very focused on Flash. I think that's the season that has the moment where he goes so fast he joins the Speed Force. You remember that?
No, I didn't watch too much of the Justice League. As a kid, I was... to be fair, I'm still more of a... I'm more into Marvel than I am DC. But...
It was a really good show. Like, I occasionally watch scenes of that cartoon, and it has aged really well. Like the writing. We were really spoiled in the 90s and early 2000s, man. Cause we got some back then. We got some cartoons with some really high quality writing.
Yeah. And now these days we get fucking. God, I can't even think of anything. I guess. Fucking later day Simpsons, like, Jesus Christ, that's bad. Or Family Guy knockoff shit.
Nowadays we got Velma.
Oh yeah, Velma. That got season 2, and apparently that's just as bad, if not worse, than season 1. So.
Although, I don't know if it is an apt comparison because the Velma is supposed to be an adult show, even though the writing is anything but adult.
Yeah, the writing is basically the creator just pissing and moaning about how hard it is to be a woman in, you know, North America, modern day North America, which is like the easiest time to be a human being, and then being a woman is like living life on easy mode half the time.
But yeah, well, anyway, back to the Justice League cartoon.
You've reached the voicemail of Tom.
Oh, and this is another little secret thing, is that this one random phone you can interact with, and it gives you different messages.
You've reached the voicemail of
Anyway, Justice League.
Tom Shear.
Yeah, there was an episode where Flash runs their fight, like basically Lex Luthor has fused with Brainiac.
Oh, I saw that scene, yes, and the way that he gets Lex Luthor and Brainiac apart is by running around the world and basically punching him so that the momentum knocks shit off of him.
And then he vibrates so hard that it just breaks apart Brainiac inside Lex's body. Which you would think would also obliterate Lex's cellular structure too, but well, I guess it's just built different.
It's all that brain power, you see. Being a smart capitalist has its advantages.
It is pretty funny that in the end of the series it's basically Lex that saves the planet.
Was that scene where he basically talks to the God character who's like, I'm gonna destroy the universe, and he convinces him not to?
Yeah, basically. He gives... Who are you? He chats to a guy who is just observing the whole war, and he's like, hey, you know something about this, like, how do I fix this? And then like, there is one solution. So he takes Lex to the source wall, and beyond the source wall, that's one of the funny things. Like the guy says, but warning you. Oh, I'm gonna hole slap you again.
I don't understand what's going on. Something to do
now,
with this whole
I have a question.
I heard about. Could that actually be
the way that there's like the shoulder blade bone that's like back there, right? That goes sort of along your back, and that sort of protects the back of your ribs, right?
Let's get the hell out of here and we'll figure this out.
I know scalpels are sharp and all that, but are they that sharp that you could puncture bone like that and get to the lung?
I think the hit was the stab was supposed to be in the neck, not the.
It looked like it was in the shoulder, though.
Wonky animation, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, the guy takes the other character takes Lex to the source wall, and he says like, you gotta be at least a 12th level intellect. Whatever the hell that means. to survive what's beyond the wall, and Lex just goes, then I'm overqualified. So yeah, he basically gets the anti-life equation, and that's what he uses to convince Darkseid to stop. He doesn't even convince, like, Darkseid is just so mesmerized and found the anti-life equation that he just stops doing anything.
Well, I know that Darkseid was always about the anti-life equation and all that, but what was his goal, like, to just kill everybody?
I think the purpose of the... Well, don't quote me on that, because I'm not a... I don't read superhero comics, so I just know that from reading outside sources. I think the anti-life equation is supposed to basically give the user control over the minds and intellect of everybody in the universe.
Oh, okay.
So he can basically, like, control the entire, like, supposedly bring order to the entire universe his way by having everybody just mind controlled.
Yeah, but why is it called anti-life equation instead of just, you know,
So let me get this straight.
take over the mind equation or something like that?
How if I know?
Alright.
From your body and now,
Something I did want to mention earlier is that, like here, they're not, the main characters, even though he's possessing someone else, he's not communicating, like, whatsoever. He's being a silent protagonist, but they did kind of do it in a certain way earlier that actually was like, oh, that it actually makes sense, how, instead of just saying, oh, hey, I'm your best friend, he did the secret friend handshake with him to sort of prove that we're friends. He's fine.
That is just so random. I forgot he got swallowed by a monster. Like, that's just so random.
Yeah, and this boss fight is not too exciting. Basically, you just have to shoot the face, and he's constantly plays peekaboo with you, and that's essentially the fight.
And you have infinite ammo.
Yeah, that is one thing about the shooting sections, is that you always have infinite ammo. It's just that the different guns have different reloads and firing properties and all that. But yeah, I just thought that the handshake thing for the silent protagonist, that actually was something that kind of makes more sense than if he was able to talk.
It's still back to the question of why isn't he able to talk? Because yeah, it makes sense he wouldn't be able to talk as a ghost. Projects sound as a ghost, but he is.
Especially since in this universe, ghosts move at light speed, so they wouldn't be able to interact with people like that anyway.
Yeah, and but he's controlling someone else's body. Like, he can control every function of her body except speech. That's kind of uncanny.
What, you're telling me that your mollusk centipedes don't shoot lightning?
No, he's controlling every part of her body.
Oh, I thought the way that you said that was uncanny. It just happened at the same time that the fucking weird creature was firing lightning breath.
I think it would be perhaps make more sense if they just made like the Zelda thing we were talking about in the previous episode, the recording.
Well,
Where they
it
just
implies that
say-
that's also the case because in the elevator when they were having the discussion, he was basically just saying, "So you're telling me that this is the case?" And he was nodding his head like, "Yes, that is the case." But it's like,
But how is he telling you though? Like, is he writing down in notepads?
well, he's telling it in between the cutscenes. You see,
Yeah.
it's the space between spaces that we as players cannot see.
I think like if because for example, if I was in that black guy's place, and I was lucky enough to not die first in the movie, and some girl just appeared out of nowhere and gave me a special handshake.
Well, there's a special handshake that only you and one other of your friends know.
Yeah, I would probably just think, so she has met that guy. Like this chick has met that guy. That would be like the thing that makes more sense in regards to man. There's 80 bullets.
Yeah, 80 bullets in a submachine gun. And the bar above that is how many grenades that we have. And of course, grenades are infinite as well. It's just that we can only huck one at a time.
That guy should have suffocated by now inside his stomach. What the hell?
Nah, it's fine. And the fact that we're hucking grenades at this thing too.
Yeah.
And the fact that it breathes lightning and it's currently, like, electrified, I guess.
And it currently has something like 3,000 bullets inside its body.
See, you pooped them out, it's fine.
And it's still alive.
Yeah, it's only missing its ass. It's you can survive without a butt.
Man, I'm having a bad day.
That's an understatement. No joke. What you said is not completely untrue. There is a guy in China who was basically cut off and cut in half in a traffic accident, and ever since he has lived without like the lower half of his body, like hip and all, it's gone. It's crazy.
So, I guess the main thing that I would ask about that is, like, how does he go to the bathroom? Because that would be, like, the main thing that would basically cause him to die, essentially, is if the waste doesn't get expelled.
I imagine it's a colostomy bag. My main concern is, like, what about his kidneys? Like, does he still have his kidneys?
Well, yeah, the kidneys are well above the waist.
Yeah, and they are vital organs.
But you can survive with only one.
It's talking to the combine.
Sir, I have that update on the operation. Is everything...
Sir, I have an update, and he walks in and he's like, "Wait a minute, you're not actually crippled."
Project coming to fruition, that's all. Nothing to be worried
No, you idiot. I just really like this chair.
It is a pretty fancy chair, all things considered.
Yeah. Probably sucks as a gaming chair, though.
I don't know, it does look very comfortable.
Yeah, but the arm resting doesn't seem to be there in line properly.
Yeah.
You got the most important thing for a gaming chair is not even like a. You can get by with a seat that isn't the fluffiest thing around in the planet, but you gotta have a good armrest. That's the thing that really makes a good gaming chair.
Alright, so one of those shitty school chairs made out of like fucking asbestos or whatever, and just couch cushions for armrest. Got it. And for those wondering what I'm doing now, in order to get one of the secrets, you gotta blow up all the explodey boxes.
Explodey boxes.
Well, the other ones don't explode, so... And once we do all that, then... this secret appears. And before you ask, no, I have no idea what the connection is.
You think the people who are the people he dominates are conscious when he gets out of their body for like a minute?
Well, when he gets out of their body, yes. That's why they sort of are holding their heads like, oh man, what's going on kind of thing. But when we're possessing them, they have no idea what's going on.
Otherwise they would have some really traumatic memories, like they would have memories of themselves just killing their comrades. It would likely be very unpleasant.
Man, I know I didn't like this guy because he keeps stealing my lunches, but fuck, I didn't want to kill him that badly. Oh, there was a funny green post on 4chan that I read where it was like there was a guy who would always bring a sandwich into work, and it turned out that one of his co-workers who was Muslim kept stealing his fucking sandwich and eating it. So he was like, alright, fuck this guy. What I'm going to do is butter my sandwich in pork fat. And then he was like, so fellow 4chaners, how many years in hell is he going to be suffering for eating all this pork?
I'm wondering if it even if it tastes good. Well, if it's just the butter on the outside, it's probably just for toasting the bread.
I mean, basically, or like you butter the inside to just give it a little bit of flavor.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I cook well exclusively nowadays with big fat, and it does leave a different texture. At least the rice, it does leave a slightly different texture and flavor to the rice. So, yeah, could be that. I'm just wondering, like, why don't you just make it out of? Why don't you just? Why don't you just make your sandwich out of?
They were afraid that the cat was gonna come out and actually get them.
Yeah, why don't you just back to the sandwich question? Why doesn't he just make this sandwich? Wow, I guess it was too high strong. It could make the sandwich out of bacon and pig meat.
Because that would be too obvious to fuck with the guy. It was
just say you're changing your diet.
Well, the idea was more along the lines of, okay, this guy's being a piece of shit to me. How do I be a piece of shit to him back? Oh, I know. I'll send him to hell. Like, it's fucked, but it's pretty funny.
I was gonna start tossing the cans around.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet!
He's like,
don't even have to pay.
Yeah, don't even have to pay, and in fact, we're gonna do all the legwork for you. Instead of you going to the can, we're gonna bring the can to you. How about that?
I'm amazed that he isn't even taking the initiative to go after the cans, because like I would be.
I'll be like, yeah, I would have been like, oh sweet, fucking free pop.
I mean, I'd be like the guy in the meme who can't hold all of those, whatever.
Oh yeah, why can't I hold all these lemons?
Yeah, I forgot it was lemons because I almost never see the original version of that meme.
Oh no, he wiped his face down with ketchup. How embarrassing. Ooh, the chef and rat multiplayer characters. Nice. Let's see. What else was there going on? Oh,
This.
Oh yeah, this is, the puzzle that, you got, all fucked up on.
Yeah, it's where I stopped because I just like I did what you want me to do. Why are you not letting me progress? So I just stopped playing.
I also like how this kitchen is, like, completely infested.
It is filthy.
Yeah, like, there's cockroaches there, there's rats in the fucking cupboards. This chef doesn't realize that he's burning the food because he's too busy washing dishes while cooking.
Well, to be fair, I also wash dishes while I cook. It's just...
Yeah, but, like, he's trying to be, like, he's cooking for, like, an entire platoon of people kind of thing. Like, you think you'd be a bit more on top of it. I don't know. Like, save the washing for later.
And he just got a really bad case of constipation right there while you invade his body.
Yeah. Oh, I did a little bit of research on N-Space, so the guys who made this game, and apparently they went out of business, so no surprise to anybody. But their last game that they made was actually a Dungeons & Dragons game. I think it was called...
Really?
Yeah, it was Dungeons & Dragons Legends. And according to the site that I looked on, like Wikipedia, for information, apparently it was a PC game, but I tried looking for it on Steam to see if they released it there, and it's not there, so that's unfortunate. I wanted to see how bad it was, because according to reviews, it was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. I mean,
they're basically also responsible for porting over any first-person shooter game to the DS.
yeah.
As well as Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, from that you can get there that they were probably not a studio with a lot of high demand talent going around.
Yeah. I also like how he does this sinister laugh, and like none of the guards here are like, huh, that's weird. Well, time to eat up this fucking soup that he made by just dumping tomato sauce into just water.
Oh, at least doesn't have cockroaches inside.
At least. I mean, I guess he could have just made Gustav, what is it?
Maybe the poison is what gives the flavor.
Yeah, probably. But, what is it, a gazpacho soup? That's, tomato soup served cold?
No clue. Never heard of it.
What's up, Raimi?
Yeah. But a funny thing about this, that cutscene where he laughs maniacally or laughs like suspiciously when feeding the rat poison soup to the people.
Raimi,
if you don't put in the rat poison, but you still put in the soup, you can serve it to the guards, and he'll still do the laugh like he just did something major. And it's like, so it's like, come on, you couldn't have figured out another cutscene to do in the meantime.
Yeah, that's one of the annoying things, because I did that, and then still nothing happened. Like, what's going on here?
I think you either had to give it a little bit of time, or you had to, like, try and leave, like I did.
That's dumb.
Yeah. Like I said, there is not much going on with this game. It is,
We're on our way. Get out
it could have been a lot better, let's just say that. But what's really weird is that they presented this to Nintendo, and Nintendo was like, yeah, this seems like a good idea. Because apparently Nintendo actually wanted to get into the first-person shooter market.
I mean, they had some well-known ones too. I mean, PlayStation 2 GameCube era it wasn't exactly the point where FPS really exploded.
It didn't explode, but it was like that's where like Call of Duty first started.
Yeah.
My favorite series, Time Splitters, was there. So
yeah, but back in that time, like the most well-known first-person shooters were the ones on PC. You know? But it. What was I saying?
First-person
but
shooters.
There was. Yeah, but recall there were some. There was a couple 007 FPSs on the GameCube.
There was a lot of them on the GameCube, but it's kind of weird that Nintendo wanted to, quote, get into the market, even though they helped publish GoldenEye for the N64 and Perfect Dark.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Was this game made before or after Rare had sold to Microsoft?
Uh-oh. There's a problem with our body.
Yes, Remy.
Man, that is quite a fucking plan to use the ghosts to take over the world. And that's assuming that while they're leaders in power, they could actually, you know, stay in power and not just get immediately get their head caved in.
Yeah. We're just gonna have a ghost take over every nation leader on the planet.
Yeah, we only have like 5 ghosts, units, but that's more than enough. It's only called the G7, right? 5 is almost 7.
Yes, Remy.
It's good enough. The UN is like made up of like what? 5? Yeah, it's only made up of like 5 countries, so it's fine.
Wow. made that guy's day just times worse.
Hey, the dog found out that there was a ghost inside that body. He had to die immediately. And now they unfortunately realize that maybe it was a bad idea to just kill the guy that the ghost possessed. Because now he can possess just anything.
Well, the worst idea was just stay in place and not run for cover. You'd think they would be made aware that the ghost can go through, can possess guns, right?
Damn it! That won't hold.
Yeah, you think there would be a bit more training in common sense and just literally anything to basically explain, okay, so this is what happens when a ghost, like, gets loose. Here's how you, deal with it. And apparently the best they can do is, guns and dogs. And let alone the fact that, the ghost can possess both of those things, essentially.
Yeah, and only the dogs only serve to detect the ghost, because the gun doesn't do anything to it.
Yeah, but no, the guns are there to, if someone is possessed, to shoot the guy.
So they can possess something else, or the gun.
Exactly.
Like in this case, like it's really like you're making this harder on yourselves, guys.
Yeah, you'd think they would have, like, anti-ghost, ghosts to, like, hunt them down or something, which, spoiler alert, they kind of do have that, but they never use it because fuck me if I know. They only think to bring out the ghost hunting ghosts, like, 75% of the way through the game. Oh yeah, that's how we could have taken care of those guys. We could have possessed one of the grenades and then just rolled it under them. But oh well, this is more fun. It gets us into the correct position. Also, these guys have really bad ideas of how to, like, do flanking and cover and things like that.
Yeah, just one guy. You don't need to just wail on the cover, guys. You can just walk around.
Well, that's the thing, like, but no, they were just out in the open, in full view of the turret that they should know that it can be possessed by ghosts. But one thing I do like about these gun turrets is that when you do the zoom function, it actually gets pixelated. It's not like in all other forms of media where they're like enhance and it's like perfect clarity all the way through.
They don't have the CSI technology.
Yeah, that's CSI technology. Or the have you ever seen Clone High?
No.
Okay. Oh, come on. He's out in the fucking open and you couldn't hit him? You guys suck. There was an episode of Clone High where, Abe's, girlfriend, Cleopatra, went to basically spring break. And she said that she wore Abe's, sweater. Or, like, vest or whatever. And she didn't, but he was like, wait a minute, what's that around her neck? And it's like, VCR, zoom in, enhance. He was like giving it all these weird-ass commands, like, on, to make the picture more clear. And it turns out the vest was, like, really tiny, and, she was wearing it like a necklace. And her excuse was that, oh yeah, I wore it in the hot tub and it shrank, so I wore it as a necklace instead. Clone High was a pretty good show, or at least season 1 was. I don't remember people talking too fondly about season 2, though. Did you hear anything about season 2 or no?
I don't think I've ever heard much about Clone High entirely.
Okay.
I gotta remind you, Sam, that I don't watch TV.
Hey man, this was Clone High. The first season came out in the early 2000s, back when TV was tolerable.
I mean, is that a cartoon or a live action?
Cartoon.
Oh. Yeah, Yeah, like we were talking before, cartoons were really good in the early 2000s.
Hmm.
I think it was around that time we also had like the Batman Beyond series. Remember that one?
That was the future one, right?
Yes, where Bruce is an old man and he's got this kid who is the new Batman.
Yeah, was that
Yeah.
actually his son, or was that just some guy who was like, I like you, you're Batman now?
They do reveal at a certain point in the story that they manipulated, I think his name is Terry. Manipulate Terry's parents so that he is born with Bruce's DNA.
I'm not gonna question how the fuck that even is possible or makes sense, but okay.
But it is like I think when he does a DNA test, it comes out like he is as if he were like a Bruce's son. So I think he chats with Amanda Waller. Waller just tells him that they engineered so that he is manipulating his parents to make him be born with Bruce's genetics, so that they could have a Batman in the future.
Why couldn't he have just adopted a kid? It would have made sense for him too, since he was technically an orphan, and it would have been like,
They wanted those billionaire genetics, don't question them, okay? It's not the worst logic to come out of the government.
okay, and I left that in, because that was complete fucking bullshit. Fucking truck just slams on the gas, and in like 2 seconds, I just lose. I did do a little bit of editing on this, because I died a few times, but this next one I get it. So how exactly do you manipulate your DNA so you're just a completely different person?
I don't know how I haven't seen. Like I caught up with that episode as it was running.
Okay. Because I heard of, I can't remember if it was like a show or like something you could do, but it was sort of like, if you got a blood transfusion of someone else's blood, then you're technically like that person for a little bit, kind of thing, or your DNA results will say that you're that person if you did a blood test.
Possibly, like it's. I think. Although it's kind of weird because blood is the fastest tissue to renew.
Okay.
So, yeah. Like blood, I think it takes just a few weeks, few days to get for the cells to renew completely, while bone takes years.
Okay. Well, with that, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Bye bye.